want to show you guys all the tricks I know. So if you are multiplying radicals, like root 3 times root 6, sure, you could multiply them together and get 18. And then you could be like, oh, well, 18 is root 9 times root 2. And then the square root of 9 would be 3. So 3 root 2. That totally works. But check this out. If you can find something they have in common, like 3 goes into both of these, think of this like root 3, that's the first root 3, and then root 6 would be like root 3 times root 2. Now my little trick is, if you have the same thing in the square root, root 3 times root 3 would in theory be root 9, and the square root of 9 is 3. So if you are ever multiplying the same radical times itself, root 3 times root 3, it just ends up being regular 3. So that's a nice little shortcut. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. And you got your root 2 there. Gives you the same answer, but that's nice. Like if you had something like root 34 times root 17, you could certainly multiply those together and break it down. Or if you see like, hey, 17 goes into both of those, you could say this is 2 times 17. And then you could say, well, root 17 times root 17 is 17 times root 2 would just be 17 root 2. So to me, that's a nice little trick to know. But you don't need to know it. It's just, it's nice. 5 root 3 squared really means 5 root 3 times 5 root 3. And when you multiply radicals, you can multiply the stuff on the outside, the stuff outside the radical, and you can multiply the stuff inside the radical. So outside, we have 5 times 5, which is 25. And then inside the radical, you can remember the trick I just showed you, where the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. Or, the official way would be root 9, right? 3 times 3 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3, so you'd have 25 times 3, and 25 times 3 is 75. A couple ways you can get there. Now here, 2 times root 8x times root 4x. Again, I see that 4x goes into both of them, so that's a nice little shortcut. I'll show you that way first. So let's say 8x is 2 times 4x. And we got our other root 4x. So we can be like, oh, the square root of 4x times the square root of 4x is regular 4x. We got the root 2. We got the regular 2. Let me scooch down here. I didn't think I'd run out of room. And then you're like, 2 times 4x would be 8x root 2. That's one way you can get the answer. Or, if you multiply them, 8 times 4 is 32. X times x is x squared. And then you think of your perfect squares, which would be 16x squared times 2. Square root of 16x squared would be 4x. And then 2 times 4x gives you that 8x root 2. Doesn't matter to me which way you want to do it. Go with whichever way you can get that correct answer. So I want you to try out these 3. Go ahead and pause. I'm going to work them out up here. Hopefully not run out of time. Yeah, I think I still got time. Oh, I'm running out of time now. I'll just stop this, finish it up on the next one. No, I got time.